And we are back on Sportsman Radio. I'm your host, Chris Shanfeld, and I am joined by Minnesota Vikings first-round draft pick out of Notre Dame, safety Harrison Smith. Harrison, how's it going, man?
Going good.
Yeah, I'm pretty good, too. And you've been pretty talented at football throughout your whole life. In high school, you were named Gatorade Football Player of the Year in Tennessee in 2006. What are some of the few things that made you so hungry and determined back then in high school?
I guess ever since I started playing football, I just wanted to be the best at it. That was same goes with all the other sports I played since I was young. So really started at that young age. I think you either have that competitive fire or you don't. And I was just blessed to have it, and it just kept me working every day. Working extra, especially in high school, those early days. Just working by myself in my yard or going to school and working by myself, spending extra time lifting weights, it all pays off.
What made you want to play football?
I think I was attracted to pretty much every sport when I was younger, and we always played football in the yard and stuff, and then I finally played organized football in like third grade, and I just really loved it. Just the whole, the contact aspect, the team aspect, and it's like there's kind of like a body. There's like for every body type, there's a position, so it's kind of every man's game.
Yeah, it is. And according to Rivals.com, you're ranked as the 25th best athlete in the nation. What did that mean to you back then, and do you still have the same feelings about it now?
It didn't really mean anything to me back then, and it doesn't really mean anything to me now. Those rankings are, they don't mean anything really. It's all about what you do on the field. So I was thankful to get the opportunities that I got, and but as far as the rankings and all that stuff goes, I think that stuff's really overhyped. And at the end of the day, however you get your opportunity, you need to take advantage of it to the fullest.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. And Harrison, you chose to attend Notre Dame over Tennessee, Alabama, and Auburn. What is it about Notre Dame that made you think that it was better than those other schools?
It was really just the atmosphere when I went up there. I grew up in Knoxville, Tennessee, so I grew up a Tennessee Vols fan. But really, when I got into the recruiting and I visited Notre Dame, I just really felt at home there. Athletically, socially, I really liked the coaches, the players, the academics, just the whole package.
You say you're a University of Tennessee fan, and you grew up in Tennessee. Was there maybe a reason for you not to attend Tennessee? Maybe you just wanted to get out of Tennessee? Anything like that?
There was no real big reason, but I would say that I did want to, I wanted to go to school somewhere away from home. I think it gives you a better opportunity to grow as a person and kind of find out who you are and learn some new things.
All right, and in your first season in Notre Dame, you started in 9 games and played linebacker. And in your second season, you played 6 games at safety and the other 6 games at linebacker. What was it like to play both positions in one season?
It wasn't too hard or anything like that. It was more just getting comfortable at both positions and knowing the whole defense to be able to do that. So it was, I thought it was a lot of fun being able to play both spots. I get to do a lot of different things. So it was a good learning experience, having played linebacker and safety now. So I'm glad I was able to do that.
What would you say was the toughest transition you had to make from playing linebacker to safety?
I actually redshirted my first year, and I played safety that whole year. So I was recruited as a safety and played linebacker kind of out of team need. So there was really not a huge transition just because I was always doing both, I guess. But just different viewpoints of the game. Linebacker, you're up close. Safety, you're generally deeper, playing more coverage. So some of the angles are different, and I mean, that's basically, you just have to know where you fit in the defense.
And in your final 2 seasons at Notre Dame, you're a team captain. Was there anything different that you had to do than maybe others didn't have to do since you were a captain?
You really just have to be aware that, all the guys are looking to you. You need to lead by example, and you also need to lead vocally when need be. So really, I'm generally not too vocal of a guy, but I realize that you gotta, as captain, you need to be a more vocal leader, and let guys know when they're doing things wrong, and let them know when they're doing things right. Just keep the morale of the team up and build that chemistry.
All right, Harrison, in the 2012 NFL Draft, you're taken by the Minnesota Vikings with the 29th overall pick in the first round. Tell me how it feels to hear this.
I mean, it was unreal. Being able to be with my family and friends, and see my name announced on TV, and just kind of knowing that everybody there always supported me, and they get to see me live out, what I've always wanted to do. So it was a special time, and I'm, thankful to have the opportunity.
It kind of seemed like the Vikings were targeting you for a while during the off season. How did it feel to always hear about a team looking at you?
Once again, that's something I didn't really pay attention to, because at the end of the day, it's really out of my control. So I honestly didn't read into anything anybody was saying about me and what they thought about me.
All right, Harrison, I just have a few fun and unique questions, and I'll let you go. Growing up, who was your favorite NFL team?
I honestly did not have one growing up. My favorite team growing up was the Tennessee Vols. So I honestly didn't have an NFL team. I just liked a lot of different players. Some safeties, some linebackers. That's about it.
Any specific players you could name?
Yeah. I was a Steve Atwater fan. I was actually I really liked Antonio Freeman a lot for some reason. I don't know why, I just liked him. Emmitt Smith, I had an Emmitt Smith jersey, a 22 jersey. So those are some guys.
All right, 22 jersey you said you had. You're wearing the number 22 now. Is that one of the reasons why you're wearing the number 22?
That's really not it. It's really just that my older brother wore it when he played basketball in high school, and I always just liked how it looked. So I started wearing it after he was done playing, and then we came to find out that my dad actually wore 22 in high school for basketball as well.
All right, and what is something that many people don't know about you that if you'd like to share anything here on the air?
That many people don't know about me. I mean, I don't really know. I'd say, like I said earlier, I'm not very vocal off the field. I'm pretty quiet, pretty relaxed, just kind of hang out. I can play the guitar a little bit. Not very well, but I can play a little bit. So that's probably something most people don't know.
All right, what is Harrison?
And I have a cousin who's an actor, Elaine Hendricks.
Oh, wow. Wow. All right, and what does Harrison Smith like to do on his day off?
Like I said earlier, pretty much just chill, hang out. If there's a lake around, I like to be on the lake. That's about it.
All right, and what kind of music do you listen to before a game?
Before a game, really a variety of things. Some rap, some rock. That's about it.
All right, Harrison, I know this is your first season. This is going to be your first season in the NFL. Is there anything you can guarantee myself and the listeners of what we can see from you this season?
Just a hard playing guy. I'm going to go out there and give it 100%, and that's really all I can guarantee.
All right, and before I let you go, I'm a Bears fan. I got to admit, there's going to be some rivalries out there. Is there any game that you're excited to play about more than others?
I mean, obviously, the division games will be big. And then also, games where I'll get to play against some guys I played with in college will be will be pretty cool. I know we play the Cardinals pretty early. I think we play the Niners in the preseason, so there's some guys on those two teams that are playing again.
You expecting to deliver any big hits on your former teammate Michael Floyd?
I mean, we'll probably have some jokes and stuff lined up for each other, but we'll see what happens.
Harrison, thanks so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. Good luck next season, and take care, man.